Hey everybody, and welcome to Car Conversations. I'm His Majesty. There's Joseph over there. We just had our breakfast. As a matter of fact, I'm not even finished my breakfast. I got maybe one more sausage biscuit left.
That chicken biscuit was fresh and good, but dry.
It was.
I never had it before.
The sausage biscuit was, oh my God.
If it would have had some mayonnaise.
Out of this world.
If I'd have had some mayonnaise, it would have been good.
Mayonnaise again. We ain't gonna get started on that subject, are we?
No, they didn't need that. Now you see the size of that biscuit, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many mayonnaise packs would you put on there?
Shoulder ahead.
How many? How many what?
Mayonnaise packs.
I wouldn't put no mayonnaise on no biscuit.
Yes, you need 2 mayonnaise packs.
No, you don't put no mayonnaise on no biscuit.
Yes, you do.
No. And you don't put mayonnaise on hot stuff, Joe. You get salmonella poisoning.
No, you don't.
Child, my husband gonna die from salmonella poisoning.
You need mayonnaise, 2 packs of mayonnaise. With some squeeze of ketchup.
No, I don't mess with mayonnaise like that.
I should told him put some cheese on that bitch.
The only thing you could put mayonnaise on is a cold sandwich, Joe.
Now, I really want y'all to go in the comment section and tell me if y'all are experiencing the same thing. Like me and Tremel, honestly, we really don't eat out. We really stopped eating out before the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
Now, every now and then, we'll do breakfast at McDonald's. Or we'll do maybe lunch at McDonald's. But it's so far, I mean, the pandemic, we've been locked in the house for like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2 months, we may have had McDonald's 4 times, if that.
Yeah.
Counting today, 4 or 5 times.
Not even that.
It's about that. Because the first time when you wanted a Whopper and I said, let's go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Then I wanted fries. Well, anyway, I want y'all to go in the comments and tell me, have you noticed that if you go to McDonald's, wherever you go for fast food, if you've been going for fast food, that you notice how fresh it is now?
Yes.
It don't taste stale and soggy. Your French fries be nice and crunchy and crispy.
Because I think they're doing everything made to order.
Because they can't leave it sitting there like they did before.
Yeah, they're doing everything made to order now, so which is a good thing, you know. And you know, maybe I think we really needed to get back to this. You know, a lot of these fast food restaurants cater to what the public wanted. People got tired of sitting online and waiting for their food. But I'd rather sit online and wait for my food if it's going to be hot and it's going to be fresh.
I don't think it's the public. I think it's them. I think they got greedy. Because the quicker they can get it out, the more money they can make.
That too. But, I mean...
But I'd rather sit there and wait for my food. I mean, come on. We've all gone or have gone, or maybe a lot of us don't plan on going no more. But we've all gone to Chinese restaurants.
Right.
And we stand there and wait for them to cook our food.
Mm-hmm. And don't complain.
Some of it is pre-cooked or pre-fried, so it don't take as long.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't complain when they standing there cooking our food.
Speaking of China, I would never eat at the Chinese restaurant again. Do you want some Chinese food? Because I know that's your favorite Mr. Egg for y'all.
You know, the bad part is when we go to Jersey City, I am going to want to go to Bayonne. I'm not going to lie.
No more Chinese restaurants. No more. You on your own with that, honey.
That was our Sunday thing.
Mm-hmm.
We would get a quart of pork fried rice, and we would get some chicken wings after church, go home after church and eat our little Chinese food. That was like our Sunday thing.
But now you got to worry about if you're going to have back fried rice.
Well, I mean, we needed to really worry about that from the door.
Well, like we probably were eating back fried rice from the beginning.
Or cat or mouse.
Yes, for that. But I'm not going to no more Chinese restaurants. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to give it no shade, no shade Chinese people. I'm just deciding to give y'all girls a break. Maybe I'll get something out the freezer section in the supermarket or P.F. Chang's or some shit.
If the Chinese food we had up here since we moved is what they have to offer.
Oh my God, the Chinese food
really
up here
ain't
was
got to worry about
horrible. They ain't got to never worry about me going to that Chinese restaurant ever again. That shit was horrible. It tastes like shit.
And we were told that's the best food.
Yes.
So if that's the best food, I would hate to taste what the worst food tastes like.
Joseph, you trying to freeze me to death, ain't you?
No,
You got the air conditioner on.
I didn't put that on. You jumped in the car.
I didn't put it on. Turn this sucker off. It's cold. Shit. Now, our next show, guys, you got to tune in for our next show because it's going to be very, very interesting. That's one of the reasons why we're putting out this car conversations today. Listen. If you know of anybody, or if you are a parent that has a child that is gay and you don't accept it, we want you on our live show. Now, this is not going to be a show to bash you or anything like that.
Or for you to bash your child.
Or for you to bash your child. We just want to know your feelings. We want to know why you feel the way you do. And this is not a show where we judge you. It's just getting your side of your side. We want to hear your side because you know, if you've watched any of our videos, you'll see that I have experienced the same thing. I have a parent that does not accept me for who I am, and
in half a mile, turn left to I-90. New York State Thruway.
As a parent, as me, as having a parent that does not accept me for who I am, you know, the one thing that I keep on trying to explain to my siblings is that I get it. Like my sister, I was talking to my sister, she was like, well, you know, Tramel, you know, mommy comes from a different day and age, and you know, she don't, you know, when something's thrown in your face,
turn
you know,
left to I-90.
like you
New
get
York
married
State
to a
Thruway.
man, you have these dreams of your son having, you know, getting married.
Can I
Wait, let me
interrupt?
finish. You have this dream of your having of your child, your son having kids and getting married and so on and so forth. But my thing is, here's my thing. I get all that. I understand that. I understand as a parent, my mother wanted me to marry a female and she wanted me to have children. But guess what? I am 52 years old. I'm 52 years old. It would be a different thing if I was 20. No, if I was in my teens or something like that, that she would have the same feelings that she has. My mother has the same feelings about me at 52 that she had when I first came out. Okay, I've bought boyfriends around her. I've been very respectful. You know me, Joseph. I would never disrespect my mother by bringing people around her that are just out of control. You know what I'm saying? Or disrespectful. So in that aspect, my mother has nothing to complain about. Then my mother, her best friend is gay. So how am I supposed to feel about that? You know what I'm saying? So we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you
900
parents.
feet, stay to the left to I-90 West Buffalo.
We want to hear from you parents. On Thursday night at 8 p.m. sharp, we are starting on time this
Stay
week.
to the left to
At 8
I-90
p.m.
West
sharp, we want to
Buffalo.
hear from you parents. I don't care what you feel. This isn't, like I said, this is not to bash you. We want to understand. We want to try to understand, and we want to hear your side of the story.
Because you're going to explain to me how I'm supposed to live my life the way you want me to. When I'm sure you're not living that. And that's what I told my mother. You ain't living your life the way Grandma wanted you to live yours. Mm-hmm. So why should I feel bad because I'm not doing what you want me to do?
Right.
It's like, all you did was birth me. Your job is to birth me, love me, guide me, show me the way. I didn't ask to be here.
Right.
You chose to have a child.
But it's sad, it's terrible that I would never have a relationship with my mother simply because she does not accept me for who I am. And you know, Joseph, what hurts so much is what was supposed to be the happiest time for both of us turned into a nightmare. My mother made that a nightmare for us. You know what I'm saying? She made that a nightmare for us. You know what she did.
She made a nightmare for you.
Yeah.
Continuous
But I mean,
right for 20
I'm
minutes
including
to
you
exit
into it
34A,
because you had to see me go through
Syracuse,
that.
But that's my job.
You know
as
what I'm
your
saying?
husband.
But I
just
mean,
to get you through it.
I still hurt to this day because I had to put you. I was embarrassed at first.
I don't know why.
I was.
The sad part of the whole ordeal was what made me sad, and I'm not gonna lie, because to see him sad, I'm not gonna lie, it bothered me. But what made me sad was, here his mother is alive, and she didn't want to show up.
Yeah.
My mother's dead, and I know my mother would have been there, and she couldn't show up.
Yeah.
So we both had that sadness, but I had to push mine aside because mine was a wish that just wasn't never going to happen, no matter how I wanted it to be true.
Right.
His was something that could happen, so I focused more on him. Because if I didn't focus more on him, it would have put me in a little sunken place because my mother couldn't be there. And we have had that conversation, and she did before she died when marriage became legal. I asked her if I got married, would she come? I just wanted to see what she was going to say. She told me, hell no. What I wanted, that just was her reaction. Hell no. Why would I want to see you marry a man? I said, oh, but if I lived a lie and was standing up there marrying a woman, that'd make you happy because that's what you want. I said, so you would deny me my happiness, and you're supposed to be my mother, and you're supposed to love me no matter what, but you would deny me my happiness because it's not what you want, but it's what I want. And you'd rather me just do what? Be by myself and be lonely for the rest of my life? Right. And she thought about it for a second. And she said, one thing about my mother, she was reasonable. She was set in her ways, and she had her little ways of thinking. But if you made it make sense to her, she wasn't, what's the word I'm looking for? She wasn't like a stubborn person set in their ways. If you made it make sense to her, she would think about it and say, you know what? And that's what she said. She said, you know what? When you put it that way, you're absolutely right. I never thought about it that way. Right, because you only think about it from your standpoint. This is not what I want. This is not what I envisioned. And she even said to me, she said, well, I guess you never given me no grandkids. I said, and if I was straight, what would happen? Well, if you were straight, you'd probably give me 32 grandkids. And I said, exactly. Right. So would you rather me have no kids or be around here with 32 kids? Because you already know women love me. And you already called me a hoe with men, so you already know I would have been slaying every woman that came my way. So it's like I would have been one of those dudes with 5, 10, 15 kids.
But I would have took care of my children. Let me just reiterate that.
But that would have made you happy because you had grandkids. Right. You had 10 grandkids from 10 different chicks because your son was straight. Like people don't make sense.
Yeah, they don't. But I guess we'll know. We will never know what it feels like to be a parent because then we ain't having no damn children. But if I had a child, Joseph, I would want my child to be happy. I would be happy for my child, whatever choices they made, as long as they remain within the law. That would be my main concern. Now, as a parent, I wouldn't want my child to be a criminal. That would be my biggest fear, is for my child to be a criminal. You know what I'm saying?
My child is not doing nothing to hurt nobody else or themselves.
Right.
And they are living the most happy, productive life they can live, because you're going to be productive in society. You're not going to be no bum.
Right.
If you a productive person in society and you are living your best life, whatever your best life may be. See, my problem is this. This is my problem. People always want to sit and pretend, and you said it the other day. If half the people that judge me for being gay had to walk a mile in my shoes, they would be dead before they got the first about 35 steps.
Right.
Because they couldn't handle what I've been through. They couldn't handle half the things that I had to go through. The ridicule and they couldn't handle. They couldn't handle the stuff we handle.
Yeah.
You just see me and Tramel sit here and say, oh yeah, we're gay, we're married, oh, wave the gay flag. There was a process to that.
Right.
There was a big process to that y'all don't, that y'all don't know about. Because I don't have to wave my pity, I don't have to have a pity party with people.
Right.
For what? I I've already been there. I've done that. I've already cried myself to sleep at night. I've already made deals with God to change me and fix me, and because everybody told me how I felt was wrong. Not because I felt I was wrong, but because everybody wanted to tell me I was wrong. And I'm going to hell, and I'm this, and I'm that, and I don't care, as much as I didn't feel like nothing was wrong with me, you hear it enough, you start believing it.
Right.
So I don't have to wave that part of my life in your face. All you need to know is that I came through that. This is who you have now. Nobody's gonna put me down. You ain't gonna talk about me. You can. That's your choice. You can.
Right.
But what you won't do is ever put me back in the space where I was.
Right.
Because I'm past that part of my life.
That's like, you know, we were just watching that show that the drag queens from Drag Race do. We Are Here, and the young lady whose mother and sister. Their sister, her daughter committed suicide, not because her mother didn't accept her, just because of life and society. So many gay men and women, we have lost so many gay women to suicide.
Amen.
Just for not, you know, being accepted in society. I think, if anything, the least, parents need to take their social glasses off and stop judging us based on that, and take their social glasses off and get the fuck out of our bedrooms. Leave that the fuck alone. Because I don't, to be honest with you, I don't want to know when my mother's having sex. I don't want to know about my mother's sex life. So stay the fuck out of my bedroom and stop trying to figure out and decipher what positions I'm in when I'm in bed, when I'm making love to my husband.
Did I ever tell you about that?
What?
When my mother asked me, was I a top or bottom?
Well, no,
and I said that
my sister asked me that.
And I said, okay, my sister
calls it yam.
My sister is one thing. My mother is a whole totally different thing. And I looked at my mother.
Oh, my mother would never ask me nothing like that.
I looked at my mother and said, when you have sex, do you ride it or do you be on your back? And she gagged. She was like, did you just? I said, well, you asked me the same question, basically. So I want to know. If you want to be in my business like that, I want to be in yours.
Right.
But that's the relationship me and my mother had. It was like she knew, and honestly, that was one thing my mother, she told everybody, and that she liked about me, was that she always said, if I don't have to worry about none of my kids being taken advantage of. She did say, she said, before I came out of the closet, I was nice and sweet and humble. But once I came out of the closet, I became this evil little bitch. I said, Mom, because people attacked me. I was like, you can't, she said, no, you are still sweet and humble and kind when you want to be. I said, right, I am that way to people who deserve that. But I've learned in my life, walking in my shoes, that everybody can't accept that, because they take that niceness for weakness, and they think they can run all over me and talk about me and say whatever they want about me. So I put up this facade like I'm not the bitch that you want to fuck with. And it works. Right. It works. It keeps people away from me. It keeps bullshit people away from me. Right. It really does.
But you know what?
Is it good? No. Because I'm sure I missed out on good people in my life because they were kind of scared or intimidated by this person I portrayed myself to be. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit around and be taken advantage of.
Right. But you know what, Joseph? If someone was to ask, because people see the love that we have amongst one another. People know that we love one another. You know that I love you with every fiber of my being. If someone were to ever ask me, do you envy your husband for anything? And the one thing that I would say is yes. The one envy that I have when it comes to you is I envy the relationship that you had with your mother. I wish that I had that. I wish that, your mother is gone, and your mother left this earth, and you knew when your mother left this earth, you knew that she loved you and she cared for you, cared about you, and she accepted you. I have a mother that's still here.
Now, when she died, I gagged a little bit.
Why is that?
I don't want to say she didn't accept me, because she did, and she accepted all my friends, and she loved us for who we were.
But she wanted you happy.
Like I told my best friend, I said, when me and my sister went through her stuff, I found a picture of me in her Bible with a prayer, "Fix my son."
Oh, but that could have been from years ago, Joseph. You don't know.
No, but at the same time,
every parent has felt like that.
No, but at the same time, is that real acceptance, or is that just saying? Is that saying I have no choice but to deal with this? I didn't feel no kind of way behind it. I'm being honest. I was a little shocked. I was, but because she didn't. If she felt some kind of way about it, once in a blue moon, she'd say something. She would say something out of left pocket.
But for the most part, your mother loved you.
But for the most part, one thing I know, I could never say is my mother didn't love me. That's not even an option to come out of my mouth. Like, I know that. Yeah. To say she fully accepted who I was as a person, I'm going to say if she had her way, God would have changed me or fixed me, as she put in her Bible. But she never wavered away. But see, it's different. It's just like, but it's like even when I was trying to have relationships, and even like right before I met you, I had to realize that I know a kind of love that most people in their life will never know. Between my mother and my grandmother, like, I know complete, total, unconditional love for whatever. Like, and I based that love on how people treated me. And I had to realize that if you don't know what I know, then I can't say you don't love me, because you're loving me the best way you know how, as opposed to me loving you the best way I know how.
Now, do you think your mother, let me ask you this, and I want you to give me your honest opinion. Because the one thing that I value about you is that you have always remained neutral when it came to my family. I've always wanted you to be a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? But I understand. If we
didn't move, it was coming.
I get it.
It was. I'm telling you, if we didn't move, it was coming.
Do you think that my mom loves me?
In her own way, yes.
Yeah, and I believe that too. I believe that my mom loves me.
I think
this is not about love. I'm
gonna be honest. I think, truthfully, I know what you want from her. I know you want that. But I also know that, like you said, you're 52.
I've accepted. Listen, I've accepted.
You have not, how am I trying to say it? I know what you want from her.
But let me just say this. Through my spiritual counselor, my pastor, of course, you know, we had a conversation with the pastor, and he's absolutely right. I have to accept that this part of me, she will never accept, and I have to somehow put it in my mind. In my mind,
won't never accept it, or have you not been aggressive enough to say, "This is who I am"? See,
I don't have that energy anymore.
No. When I say that, see, you took the first steps by saying, "This is my husband and I'm marrying him." That's what I say when I mean aggressive. Are you aggressive enough to say, "I don't care what you think, this is who I am and this is who I'm going to be, whether you like it or not"?
Oh, I've already said that.
And it comes down to, do you want a piece of the cake or do you want the whole cake?
Right.
Because you want the whole cake, and you're never going to get the whole cake.
Right, exactly.
Right now, you're getting icing.
Right.
You don't even have a piece of cake, and you've been getting icing from what I see.
For all my life.
And I think that you can have a slice of cake, but I think it's going to have to take time, and I think that you have to be ready for when they pass you the slice of cake, because you are going to push it back and say, "No, I want the whole thing."
Yeah, because everybody keeps on telling me, "You owe your mother an apology." What do I owe her an apology for? What do I need to apologize for?
Absolutely.
I don't have to apologize for being me. I don't have to apologize for that. So I'm at a point in my life right now where I feel like this.
What did the pastor tell you? The only apology you owe is to yourself.
Yes.
For allowing yourself to be treated that way.
Exactly.
That's the only apology.
That's where I'm at. I'm at a point in my life where I have to heal me. I have to say that myself. I have to apologize to
and
myself.
You can't walk back into that relationship until you heal.
And forgive myself for allowing myself to endure all of the negative things I have endured, not only with people, but with my own family. And I have to somehow say, you know what, Tramel, it's okay. Because the most important thing is the love that you have in your life right now, and that's you. And you are my family. If my family is not going to be my family, then you will be my family. Because that's the vow that I
But they
take.
always want to scream in the Bible, but that's what the Bible says.
Right. So, and as far as my mother is concerned, I am not making the first move this time. I will not.
No,
I will not.
You need to heal yourself, and in the process, I feel like this, and this is the only way I can narrow it, make it sound the way I want it to sound. It's like a battered woman.
Mm-hmm.
She leaves a man, she leaves a battered man, she doesn't fix nothing about herself, and she gets right back in a relationship with another man, and he does the same thing.
Right.
Because it becomes a cycle.
Mm-hmm.
You have to heal yourself. You have to heal yourself to the point of where you say, this is, and I'm telling you from experience, because I had to do this for myself.
Right.
Not with my family, but with people. I had to say, you know what, this is what I'm going to deal with. This is a deal breaker. This not so much. I can tolerate this, but I'm not fucking with that. You have to work on you. You have to get it right in your head. You have to come to a point of where you say, okay, Tramel is fine. Tramel can be fine right now, and Tramel is fine. When you get to that point, you may say, you know what, fuck this. Let me pick up the phone and call her, because I'm sick of this. And it'll be a decent conversation.
Right.
Right now, you're not ready for that conversation. Because right now, that conversation is going to go all...
Oh, that conversation will
all types of left and right.
Child. Yes,
that I'm just going to have to snatch the phone and hang up before you.
Exactly.
So...
It's like the pastor said, I'm respecting and honoring her by not speaking to her, because if I were speaking to her, then I'd probably be cursing her out, or I'd probably be ranting and going on a tangent, about you don't accept me for who I am. You don't accept me for who I am. So, those people that say you don't, the Bible says you should honor your mother and your father. I am honoring my mother. My father, God rest his soul, he's gone on the glory. But I'm honoring my mother by not being a part of her life. Because if I were a part of her life, I would still have to endure all of the negativity that comes with that. And let me be clear about this. My mother loves you to death. You know that, Joseph. My mother it's not like she don't love. She hasn't shown that to us. But on the same side of the card, it's the acceptance. It's the things that she does. It's the actions that she takes.
For me, it's not even that. For me, I see how she treats you. I see how they treat you.
Right.
With the exception of one of your sisters.
Right.
And as
when it comes to me being gay, let me just say
this.
My sisters, my siblings, they don't care about me being
gay. That ain't even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Just in activities, and they expect you supposed to do this and you should be doing that, and you do what I say when I say it. Mm-hmm. That shit right there was fucking with me.
Well, see, no, that's what anything, in-laws, when you have an in-law, they just all people that are married have in-laws that do that shit to me.
My sister would not call me at 10 o'clock at night telling me I need to get up and get out of my bed and go do this and go do that, knowing that I don't have a driver's license and you don't have the driver's license. It just would not happen.
Well, Joseph, that's just the battle with the in-laws. I'm just telling you.
No, but I'm just saying. But see, all of that sits in my spirit. I know. Because I'm like, first of all,
the battle with
if
the
I don't talk to my husband like that, you're not going to talk to him like that. And then on top of it all, you think I'm going to get up and do this bullshit? Child, my own family, like I said, they know better.
You know what?
They wouldn't call me with that bullshit because they know I ain't going to do it.
Listen, I'm going to tell you that is the battle of the in-laws, because let me be clear about this. that happens regardless whether you're in a gay marriage, whether you're in a
I know
heterosexual
somebody in a
marriage.
straight marriage that went through the same thing.
Has a matter of fact, we were watching. Remember yesterday we was watching
And
divorce court, and the guy was saying how his mother-in-law is included. She includes herself in everything that they do.
Told a straight person that I know, I said, remember those conversations we used to have, and you used to tell me this, that, and the third, and they were like, yeah. I said, I'm living that.
Right.
I said, and now because I counseled you on it, I said, I have to take my own advice. I said, and there's times, I said, if I didn't, I said, see, but everything happens for a reason.
Right.
Because if I didn't counsel them, I would have took the road they took and went off on a tangent and been like, fuck all y'all, I don't give a fuck, this is my husband. You don't speak to us, you don't speak to us, I don't give a fuck.
Listen, people, let me just say this. People, that is a tip. We try to give tips when it comes to marriage and making your marriage work. As a child that has parents that are still here, or you people out there that are married, you have a spouse, if you are allowing your parents to interfere in any type of way with your marriage, if you are allowing your parents, no, let me just say this. If you are, I'm talking about parents, mother, father. If you are allowing your parents to drive your marriage, or if you are taking yourself out of your element to be there, because you know what? My pastor put it so in perspective for me yesterday. He said, you know, why do we always do that? But that's my mama. But that's my mama. But that's my mama. When my mama asks me to do something, that's what I do. I was raised that way, because I'm telling you, the one thing that the one excuse I would never use ever again is, that's my parent. When it comes to my spouse. When you get married, your spouse, your king becomes your king
or
queen, and that person comes before anybody. I don't care if your parent is sick, old, and dying. I don't care what it is. Your spouse comes before anybody.
Because at the end of the day, if your spouse loves you, they're not going to sit there and let your parent just be in distress.
Exactly.
But if your parent has always pitted you against your spouse, then they will sit there.
Right, because my husband has always, good, bad, or ugly, whether he wanted to do it or not, has always done everything that I have asked him to do when it comes to my mother. But at the same time, when I on June 30th, when I took those vows, I made it clear to myself and to my husband that you are my rock now. And that's what your spouse is. Your spouse is your rock. That means that if an apocalypse come right now and y'all got to run to the hills, you grab your spouse by the hand and you run for the motherfucking hills.
I got on in Rome.
See, that's where a lot of people get it twisted when it comes to marriage. And then when it comes to gay marriage, parents, if you have a child that's gay and that's married, don't do the one thing that you guys have to stop doing. It's two things that parents that have gay children have to stop doing. Y'all have to stop calling our lives a fucking lifestyle. And y'all have to stop disrespecting our institution of marriage.
Because y'all swear that I'm about to.
This ain't no damn lifestyle.
I'm about to get some people together.
This ain't no lifestyle. Because let me tell you something. If I had a choice in a lifestyle, the last thing I would choose was to be gay. Even today, if God came to me today and said, Tramel, you got a choice. You can choose your lifestyle. The one thing I would not choose was to be gay. From all the shit that we got to endure, the shit that we go through.
That's why I don't understand when people say we make a choice. Why would I make a choice to be completely different and ostracized and made fun of and laughed at? Like, that is so stupid to me.
It is.
Like, that is the dumbest thing.
If God gave me that choice and told me, Tramel, I want you to look back on your life and I want you to make a choice what lifestyle you want, I would run from a gay man. I would run from him. I would run.
Let me tell you something. I know why they don't want to believe. I know why people don't want to believe you born gay. I know why. Because then you feel you fucked me up. You as my mother and father fucked me up because you created this.
Right.
God didn't create this. You created this. Yes, God gave me life, God, all of that. But you created this. So it's better for you to say I made a choice because you don't want to be, you don't want to have that on your head that you created this. But if y'all don't like gay people, then stop making gay kids. Because gay people ain't making gay kids.
But here's the thing, Joseph. My grandmother was gay. My grandmother, my mother's mother was gay. You hear me? You hear what I'm saying? And so, listen. And that's another thing about parents. Why can't parents, can I ask y'all this question? Come here. Ask y'all this question. Why can't y'all never say, I was wrong,
In
I'm
1
sorry?
mile, exit right.
Why is it so hard for parents to say, I was wrong, I failed, I'm sorry? That's it. I was wrong, I failed, I'm sorry. Because as a child that has empathy for my parents, I'm gonna say, Mom, I appreciate you for apologizing to me. And I love you for that. Even more. If my mother picked up the phone and said to me, Tramel, I am sorry for everything that I've ever done to you. I was wrong and I failed. I'm sorry. Everything would be forget. I would never bring up anything
But you know what?
else.
I don't, because even my mother, there have been things that I told her that she's done, and she was like, I don't remember doing that, but if you say I did it, then I
Exit
must
right
have
to
did
exit
it.
4, I-6,
That was her way of saying,
Syracuse,
you right.
Fairgrounds.
I'd accept that.
But there are things that, like, there's a time when I told her, she said something to me that, like, struck me in my soul, like, that hurt me to my heart. And she insists to this day, and I have to say, because she's dead, so she insists to this day that she never said that to me. And I'm like, Ma, what, you think I just made it up?
Right.
I said, this is why I've never asked you to buy me anything as far as clothing goes, because of what you said. In that moment, at 19 years old, I made up in my mind that I would never ask you to buy me clothes. I said, think about it. I don't ask you to buy me clothes. You buy me clothes because you want to buy me clothes. I was like, I never asked you to buy me clothes. And she thought about it and she said, you know, you're right. You never asked me to buy you
In
clothes.
4 miles,
I said, I don't. You
exit
do
to
it on your
exit
own.
13,
I said,
Townsend
I'll ask you for
Street,
anything
downtown.
else that I want, or I need you to get me, or, oh, Ma, buy me this, or buy me that, but it's never a stitch of clothing. And she was like, I don't remember saying, I would never say that. I said, you said it. And she insists that she didn't say it and I'm making it up. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't I not? I said, I asked you for any and everything. I asked you to pay a bill. I asked you to give me $500. I asked you for anything I want, but I would not ask you to buy me clothing. Why? I didn't make that up in my head. Joe, I don't remember saying that because I would never say nothing like that. Well, you did. Yeah, and I think because of what it was that I said she said, it hurt her so bad that it was better for her to pretend like I didn't say that than to admit that she said something like that about me because she loved me. And when I told her that it hurt me the way it did, or maybe she said it and didn't think I heard it, but I heard it. So it's I think sometimes we just have to accept things for what they are, heal from it and move on from it.
My mother's dead to me. She's dead
trying to squeeze a rock and get water, that's never gonna happen.
My mother's dead to me, and not in a physical sense. I'm talking about as far as the woman that everybody knows her to be, and the woman that I know her to be. As far as my mother is a very educated woman. She's, I guess, what you call a spiritual woman. She's an evangelist, and you know she has her hierarchy in the church or what have you. In that sense, that woman that I knew, just, you know what, the parts that I've loved about her all these years is dead to me. She's dead to me. I realized when I got married, when we got married, that part of her died. I really do. It died. And you know, I can't. I would rather for her to have, to be honest with you, I would rather for her to have been honest
Street, downtown. Then turn right.
than to have remained in our lives and been alive. You understand what I'm saying when I say that?
Yeah.
And but even now, if she should ever come back around, she has to understand that it's not going to be under her terms anymore, because I realize it's like a child. You can't give a child, you can't put a child in the driver's seat and expect for them to drive a car. She will never ever do to me what she has done these years. I would never allow her to do that to me ever again. If we should happen to reconcile, you know what I'm saying? She could. I've done that for so many years, and it never worked. Never, ever, ever, ever worked. And so now, because I'm in a different headspace, and I have it will never happen again.
Exit right to exit 13, Townsend Street, downtown. Then turn right on North Townsend Street.
The only thing that I say is this, is that she's missing out on a lot of she's missing out on two great people. She's missing out on two great people, because and you know what, and yes, people ask me all the time, do you miss your mother? I miss her. Me and my mother used to be best friends. We did. When I was single, we were best friends. She was my best friend. And imagine having your best friend, and then all of a sudden y'all ain't friends no more. Imagine having your best friend and y'all not friends no more. That's like you leaving your house and coming back home and your house done burnt down to the ground. You know what I'm saying? I miss that woman. I do. I miss her. But is me missing her worth allowing her to do what she has done, what she did to me in the past? Absolutely.
Turn right on James Street.
No. And if I have to spend a lifetime without her, then so be it. I'll see her in the master's house. I will. I'll see her in the master's house. Regardless whether both of us make it to the master's house or not, we will be able to, if we don't have a conversation here, when we get to the master's house, we will be able to have a conversation. And probably all will be forgiven, because God will put everything into perspective for us and make us be okay. You know? That's it for this car conversation, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Please make sure you're following us on all social media platforms.
You'll arrive. Your destination will be on your left.
And please tune in to our Thursday night show.
Q&A with the Kingz.
Q&A with the Kingz. We have some questions that are going to be, they're going to knock you off your feet.
Coming, because it's only Tuesday.
Yes, they're going to knock you off your feet. These questions are going to knock you off your feet, because it is about those parents. We did get questions from parents.
Email them.
Yes. Continue to email us your questions, whatever they may be.
Kingz Corner, Kingz with a Z, at gmail.com.
Yes.
McRae Kingz Corner.
Yes,
gmail.com.
Continue to email us your questions and your comments. We appreciate them.
Look at all them. They say at the bus stop.
And please, please help us get to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. We are in the process of trying to be monetized, and we need your help. So we need 99 more subscribers. We are at 901, and we are trying to reach our goal. With that being said, we're going to sign off now. Make sure that you walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness, and don't pay no attention to the navigational system. And remember, it's Team McRae.
All damn day.
Talk to you soon.